Guys, we are in my spare bedroom slash now my chicken incubating brooder room, but actually the chicks that were in here, I've moved outside to the barn, and later I'll show you guys them. But so I am giving you an update on our dry hatch. But before we do that, let's give you a little update on another little animal here, Mr. Mischief. He's doing pretty good. It's been almost a month. So today is, well, I guess today's Wednesday, so it's been 3 weeks. Tuesday was 3 weeks. So we had to change his little bandage. I don't know if I told you guys this, but they cut his cast off, left the back half as a splint. Sorry, my doggo. And then we've just wrapped it, and we have to change the wrap once a week. But he's doing good. He's become extremely, extremely attached to me and cries whenever he's not with me, follows me around like a dog. We did some weekend just outside chores, and he just stayed with me, and he just hangs with me, and whenever I have to put him up in his crate, yeah, he fusses. I try to put him back with the babies, but the babies are just being super rough with him, and because now he doesn't have a full cast, he only has the splint back here. It's back in this back. I really don't want them roughhousing. The vet said keep him on as much rest as we can, and I want him to heal as good as he can. So I try to put him in the barn then by himself where I have the chicks, and he just screamed the entire time and just felt really bad. And I know he's a farm animal, but I felt really bad. So he's back in his crate in the house and spends a lot of time with me. Like I said, he just follows me everywhere I go. So that is what it is. But so we have, this is day 2, which it's Wednesday, and the way this thing counts down, I'm going to add some more water here. The way this thing counts down, even though it's day 2, which is Wednesday, then day 1, so it's day 2. It's going to turn, I'm trying to get it right, but it's day 2. But then like there's day 1, day 0. So I set them on a Saturday. They should hatch on a Saturday is what I'm hoping. But yeah. So anyways, I put them on lockdown, and so basically they've been running no water at all. And it's been at about 26-27% humidity. Temp is 99.5. We've kept that the whole time. This green is really hard to see, but it's at 66, which I've had it higher, and it just needs more water. So I just walked in here, and so we'll add some more water. I'm almost out, so I'm gonna have to go get some more. But yeah, so I took the turner off. The one thing though is I was caught off guard. I was like a day behind. I thought we had an extra day. I thought last night was day 4, and it was day 3. So I saw it at like midnight, and so I just real quick put them in lockdown because I was like, oh no, they should be in lockdown. So I took the turner out. Like you can see, here's the turner. I took the turner out, so it's not turning on. This thing shuts off anyways at day 3, so if you left the turner in, wouldn't be the most awful thing, but the fact that I don't want them necessarily hatching on that, although some people have said it's good because they can't knock the eggs around. I don't know. Maybe something I'll try, but everybody takes the turner out, so I took the turner out, and I always put like a paper towel or something down here, and I didn't get that done. And I always candle right before, and I didn't get that done. I did candle at day 11. Everybody looked good except for 2. Took out 2. We started out with 22, and I think I've taken 3 out. So what is that, 19? 20, 22, yeah, so 19 left in here. But yeah, so I just wasn't paying any attention. Maybe it's because it's in here. I moved this into our spare room, so it's not in our kitchen. Just thought I would get left alone. Everything will be nice. It's more sturdy in here. I don't know what little man's doing, but he's just looking at this. So, anyways, dry hatching, first time. If you guys hadn't seen the other videos, or if you didn't know, we're dry hatching. I do need to jack this up to 70. It should be 70. I don't know. Some people don't put any water in and let it be complete dry hatch, and then as the other chicks hatch, they will automatically, when chicks hatch, humidity gets brought up. However, and I'm like, well, what about that first chick? Humidity's not up. So I want to keep it at 70. Like I said, I'm currently at 66. I need to add some more water. It's the evening after work, after I sold some animals, had dinner, just chilling now. Oh my God, look at Mr. Found some straw from having the chicks. This room is a mess. I'm sorry. I've just kind of not dealt with this room because we have so much to do in our other house and our property, but that's okay. He's just munching on some straw, chilling with me. But yeah, so I'm thinking Friday or Saturday we should be seeing some pips. Like I said, I was really surprised on day 11, and I've been very hands-off on this this hatch. I'm normally like, oh, day 3, day 6, whatever. I've been really hands-off, so I think I candled at day 4, took 1 out, candled at day 11, took 2 out, and like I said, last night, woke up, just happened to check, and it was said day 3, and just went, oh God, I gotta lock these guys down, and didn't even candle because it was midnight. So locked them down. Like I said, didn't put my shelf liner or my paper towel in, which isn't the worst case, but it is nicer for cleanup and it gives them a little more grip. But this one isn't as bad because it does have this nice little, it's bad for cleanup. This is probably the hardest machine. I'm going to get like a toothbrush or something just dedicated to clean this because the grooves and stuff, it is impossible to clean. We're already back up to 67, so that's good. But it's not bad for their grip. So anyways, in a couple days, we should hopefully see some chicks. And we got quite a few in there, and I'm super anxious to see how this all goes. And I will definitely pick you guys back up whenever anything starts happening. And Little Man says, Mischief. He says like and subscribe. Mischief. Hey. He's going to come at me. Go say like and subscribe. Go say like and subscribe. There he goes. Hit that thumbs up and like and subscribe. Alright guys, we are at, I think this is day 20. This thing says day 0. But I set them on a Saturday, and this is Friday evening. So I don't know what happened there. I think this is day 20. I think they should be hatching tomorrow. But I have seen, we'll put the light on, this guy here moving. This guy, I don't know if you can see it, but he's moving. And then this one, God, I wish you guys could see it, but that little middle egg right there has started to pip. So we have 2 moving. I have 1 pipped, I think, only, which to me is early because I feel like they should all be hatching tomorrow. But these guys are definitely moving. This one and that one have moved. They're rocking and rolling. I don't know if you can see it, but they're rocking and rolling, which means baby's coming. And like I said, that guy right there, the white egg, has pipped pretty good. We might, by tonight, he might be hatched. So, I mean, like I said, this is the dry hatch method. I had not a whole lot of expectations because if this works, basically the easiest hatching I've ever done in my life, and will only do it this way. So, yeah, I only have 1 pipped, and these 2, this green egg and this pink egg. I don't know if you can see him, but he's rocking and rolling. So I think we have 18 in here. So we're gonna see my last hatch out of 20. I think I have 7 hatch. and that was with the regular method. So we had started 22, 3 egg cold already because they just weren't doing, and you know, we're gonna have Sidekick Mischief always with us now. Yeah, he wants to check in and see what's going on with baby duty, but yeah, so out of 20 and 7 hatch was just an offer rate. This was the easiest hatch I've ever done, and so we'll see how it works out. So far I see at least 3 eggs ready to go, and I'll just kind of keep you guys along, and we'll see how this works, and then kind of review what I think the dry hatch method, if it worked better or not. So I'll probably not pick you guys up until the morning because he's pretty pipped, but I'm thinking it might be there late tonight or early morning. I wish you guys could see. I don't know if you can see you probably can't, but because he's right in the middle. But yeah, he's that white egg right there is pipped. So yeah, I'm thinking it'll be late tonight, early in the morning, and I'll pick you back up. And this next day or two should be interesting. God, this guy. I wish you guys could see, but this egg is just rolling around. Maybe you can see him. I don't know, but yeah. So I'll pick you back up, and we're gonna see dry hatch versus my every hatch I've ever done. All right, we are back. I showed you last night that we were starting to have, I think 1 had pipped and 2 were moving, and the eggs are a little dry hatch experiment. And when this is done, I'm going to tell you exactly how I did it and if I prefer dry hatch or the regular hatch. So, but for now, let's do a little update. It's the next day. This is actually hatch day, so let's see. I think we had 19, I think we have 19 in here. 20, 22, yeah, I think 19, because I think I took out 3 and we had started with 22. So let's see what we got going on in here. Hopefully you guys can see. I'm sorry, Kitty's using a little box if you hear that. But so it looks like we have a little copper Maran here starting to hatch. Oh, we got this guy, if you can see. I might see better without the light. This guy here is pipped. That white egg that I showed you last night is still pipped. Looks like this copper Maran is pipped. There's an egg, a pink egg back there that's pipped. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then, oh, this guy's pipped. 4, 5, 6. I think we have 6 total that I can see right now pipped. So my humidity was a little low when I got in here, which some people don't ever add water and they just let them kind of go on their own and get the humidity up as they're hatching. But these guys are so thick shelled that I really, I want to get that humidity up high and just have it. If it gets too high, you know, I don't think they'll drown at this point. But I don't want them shrink wrapped. So you can see he's really working on trying to get out. I unfortunately have to run into town, and so I'm going to probably miss him coming out. He'll probably be out before I get back. But I got to go feed and do some chores, run into town, and then we will be back and do another update. All right, guys, I am back from my chores and running my errands. And when I came home, the little guy I said was going to be out pretty soon is already out and dry and fluffy. And he's got he's always got 2 buddies back there that have hatched. So 2 copper Marans. So here's a copper Maran egg. That's a copper Maran egg. And that, so they're all 3 copper Marans. Looks like he didn't absorb. I'm sorry, I'm really close. I'm trying to look. Looks like he didn't absorb his whole eggshell yet. But man, they are hatching so nicely. This is awesome. Like, I'm pretty excited. We got a pip here. We got a pip here. And they're kind of knocking everybody around, so it's kind of hard to see everything now. Oh, we got a pip here. So 3 so far. And guys, I don't know if you can see them. If I get a little light in there, maybe. But there's 2 little there, and then there's this little guy. There's this little guy. He just hatched. Like, he's so exhausted right now. He just hatched. He hatched pretty recently. And then this is a little guy that looks like he hatched quite a while because he's all fluffy. And basically, I will leave them in here. I will try to leave them in here until everyone is done hatching, which could be, 24 hours, which is fine for them. But I just, if it gets super crowded in there, God, he's cute. If it gets super crowded in there, I may have to, like, the humidity is like 75 degrees. So it would be that bad if I just grab them real quick, but I'd rather not. So we're just going to let them chill in here, and we'll come check in a little bit. All right, guys, we are up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 babies. This is working out perfect. They are coming out so easy, so fast. Everybody's looking good. Nobody's shrink wrapped. I'm loving it. So I'm trying to see if we have any more pipped. Yep, that guy over there is pipped. I think this one's pipped. They're going to play soccer in here. It's really hard to tell because they're flipping them around all over the place. So, but we're just going to let them go for now. See how it goes. But got some really, really cute babies in there. You can see them. There's 5, so doing great. This guy just hatched. He's pretty tired. Looks like maybe a silver. We got like a total black one, and then we got these little black and white ones. Little black and white one. I think those are all the copper Morans are coming out like that, so it's kind of cool. He still has shells stuck to him. I'll have to get that off of him, but he's okay for now. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. All right, guys, so it's another check, and oh man, there's a lot. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we're at 8. I really think we're at 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're at 8. And I don't see a pip on this guy. I see a pip on this one. Oh, definitely a pip. You guys can see this guy. Oh my God, I'm sorry, but my doggo goat is in here. I don't know about this one. Don't know about that one. I see at least 2 more pipped, but like I said, these guys are like knocking everybody around, and they'll stay in here probably until tomorrow at least. I'll definitely let this guy come out. And that guy come out. Copper Morans, man, they are just busting out. Oh, there are a lot of Copper Morans. They're getting nice and dry and cozy. I mean, I have, what'd I say, 9 maybe? I don't know. Let me look. Let me count again. Let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's so hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's more than that. I can't count them though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 8 or 9. I can't. But it's gonna tell you, this is a very good hatch. They're resting in their eggs. Yeah, I think there's 8 or 9 in there. Really hard to tell. His little dude's the first dude that hatched. Look at him. But we can't really open this because if we do, then these guys could get shrink wrapped, and he's very much pipped. Hoping all these guys hatch, but so we can't really get them out right now. So they're good in there for. Alright guys, sorry, I had to go deal with something, but yeah, so we're just moving right along. I mean, 19. Like I said, I think we're at 9. 1, 2, 3. I wish I could count them. There's so many, and I really, really don't want to take them out. They would be good in here for probably 24 to 48 hours, and I'm probably just gonna leave them because the fact of it's 77% humidity, so it's not awful. But I'm gonna try to let him come out, and I'm gonna try to let, well, they've playing soccer, and I don't know where the other one that was, oh my god, that go. I don't know where the other one was pipping is at, because they were playing soccer with them. But, yeah, I will probably let those couple hatch. I don't even have my brooder ready. I'll get it ready tomorrow. And then if this guy is crazy. Mischief, what are you doing? He's so crazy. And then if nobody's quite pipped by time tomorrow, or just like little pips, I don't know, it's a pretty high humidity, I might grab out them because I don't like a ton of them in here. They've got air here, but the CO2 could get kind of built up in there, so they're definitely good tonight. This guy's really pretty. They're definitely good tonight, and look at him. He's in there. And I'll get the brooder set up. We'll check back later tonight to see. Like I said, I've only seen 2 pipped, but these guys are knocking them around, so it's really hard to tell. So we will pick you guys back up here in a little bit, see if this guy comes out. Everybody's been hatching so good. They always say that these copper morans have thick shells and that they come out, like it's hard for them to come out. But I've had 1, 2, let's see how many copper morans, 3, possibly 3 or 4 copper morans come out, and they just came out perfect. I have not opened this up. I've not done anything with them. So they are doing great. Everything's going as planned. And we'll check back here in a little bit. All right, guys. This is the next day. This is Sunday. They started hatching Friday night. So this is what we've got. They've been in here, and they're getting quite crowded. So I'm going to go ahead and take them out. I had one just hatched, so I'll leave him in here. But I don't see anybody pipping, so I think I will be okay to grab them out real quick. So we're going to try that, and I'm going to put you down because it's going to be hard. So I'll put you down, and then we'll go count them and put them in their car. All right, I really quickly got out a bunch of babies. A few of these, like he just hatched. That one hatched this morning. They're still a little wet and new. They must have hatched early this morning, so I'm just going to let them chill in here. I took out a lot of the egg shells too, and I have 5 eggs that haven't hatched. I don't notice any pips, but I'm definitely going to leave them in for a little bit. I might candle them later. So we started with 19, so there's 4 in there and 5 there. That means we should have 10 under here. Let's see real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think. Maybe 10, I don't know. They're all black. I think we got rid of one of my roosters that was white, and I kept a black one, and I think he's just throwing all black babies. So we might be getting a new rooster just to add some color. But got their brooder all set up. They're all under the heat plate. They all got a little drink. They won't drink or eat for a while. And you guys have seen this setup. You know I only use this puppy pad for a day or two while they're learning to eat. And then I'll put shavings in there. We'll go ahead and put the lid on so that Miss Astro, who's in here somewhere, doesn't have a snack. But yeah, so that's what we got. We got 1, yeah, there's 4, 5, that's 9. Maybe I was at 18. I might have miscounted because I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eggs and 4 babies. That's 9, yeah. So we might have 18, but it's looking pretty good. We'll come back and check on these guys in a little bit once they dry out and get a little. He's almost ready, but I just left him in for a little bit longer, and we'll see how it goes. All right, guys, so it's basically day 1.5. Some of them started Friday night, Saturday throughout the day, and then some Sunday morning. And it is now Monday. So these guys actually have been the quickest eaters and drinkers that I've ever seen. Look at this pile. They're doing great. This little one, I don't know if you can see him in the corner. No, he's over there. He didn't dry out as much. He's got a little weird feathering, but he's doing great. So I don't know what that is about. We'll keep an eye on him. So pretty much they all look like twins. They all look like my black copper Marans, and those were mostly the eggs in there. I have one gray, and I think that's actually probably a blue copper Maran. I don't know. But all doing healthy. They're eating like crazy. So this is a huge mess. So tonight I will take this puppy pad out, and I'll put their wood shavings in. Astro. I don't think so, girly girl. Yeah. But they're pretty much the same. I do notice some of them have the feathering on the legs and stuff, like my black and blue copper Maran, so it's kind of cool. We do have this little gray one, which could be a blue copper Maran, because that's what they look like when I got them. But also their rooster's black, and I think he just threw a ton of black. I'm fixing to get a white rooster just to get a little more coloring, but they're all cute. They're all doing super good. I think we ended up at 13, so I think there's 12 in here. Oh, my baby's lost without me. He is lost me. Mischief's in here. You can hear him hollering. My one little baby, I will show you since we're missing one. He's right here. This is the little man that I had to help because he hatched almost completely and then just stopped. And I mean, he was pretty much out, and I was like, what the heck? And I gave him a little bit of time. Now I'm wishing I hadn't given him so much time, because basically his head, he was kind of positioned wrong in the egg, and so his head was bent, and he couldn't pop himself up out of the egg, even though he zipped all the way around. He was almost out. So last night I didn't notice anything wrong with him, and I put him in there with all the babies. He's over here now. And then when I went to look at him this morning, he unfortunately had been kicked out of the brooder plate and was just laying kind of cold. Now, it does stay pretty warm in this room, so he wasn't like completely freezing, but he was kind of cold. And so I was like, well, I need to warm him up quick. So I threw him in the incubator because I can put the heat up to whatever I want. And he started to seem a little bit better. And I noticed his neck is a little bit crooked. Now, he's standing a little weird now, but he does walk better than what he's standing. And I was like, well, you know, he must have been bent in a weird position for a long time, maybe the whole month in his egg as he got bigger. So this morning, I didn't know if he'd eat and drink. And once you eat and drink, it's really hard to, they're not supposed to be without food and water. So I did put him back in with I had to go to work, so I couldn't watch him. I didn't want to just leave him in here. So I did put him back in with the other chicks, put him under the brooder. He seemed kind of alert and doing not too bad. When I came home today, first thing I did is come check on him. And he was laying, he was warm, he was under the brooder, but his laying with his neck bent because he's like under the brooder, not stretching out. And I think his neck needs to build up some muscle and stretch out. So put him back in here. And basically, hold on, I'm going to show you what I gave him. Okay, so you know that for the first week or so, I do give the Purina electrolytes. Works really well for them. And I did dip his beak in there a little bit. He drank a little bit, but not much. But I always keep a bunch of different stuff on hand because you never know when an animal's going to go down or whatever. One of the good things I like is this Hydro Hen. It can basically be for almost any kind of bird you can give this to. I have also something similar like this, but it's for goats, or it could be, I've used it even in the puppies when they've gotten bad like diarrhea or something. But this has like a lot of different stuff in it. Really good for them. So basically what I did was just mix this in a very teeny tiny bit. It tells you how to make a gallon, but I just did like a very teeny tiny little bit. And I have right now, this has food in it, but I have these little syringes. Now, one thing you have to be super careful with chicks or any bird, you never want to pry their mouth open and just squirt liquid down their throat. They will probably asphyxiate and die if you do that. So basically what I've been doing, and I'm trying to get him, but basically what I've been doing is every 15 minutes, you literally just get like a dribble on the end and kind of put it to the side of his mouth and let him kind of take it in. Her or him, I don't know what it is, but so I did that about every 15 minutes for about an hour, and he really started perking up. This stuff is really good. I mean, they have Rooster Booster, that's also good. I just happen to have this Hydro Hen, but any kind of stuff like that is always good to have on hand. I try to keep a bunch of stuff like that in just in my animal first aid. When you have farm animals, it's good to have a little animal first aid with some stuff you don't necessarily need, but you never know when you need it. So, gave him that, and he started really pricking up. Plus the fact that he's standing and kind of really getting his neck muscle. Like, before his head was completely crooked, and I can see him pecking at... He's still a little wobbly. He's still trying... It's almost like he's just firstborn. Like, he's still trying to get everything going, muscles built. I don't think he was eating or drinking, so getting that... that hydration in him with the extra stuff really seemed to perk him up. So then what I do is take that same stuff, that same water I made, put the chick starter, and I make it super, super slushy. And now this again, you never pry their mouth open and shoot a bunch in, and oh my goodness, this is what I'm always dealing with him. But basically just a little bit on the side of his mouth, see if he'll take it. He wanted to take it, and this thing isn't as good as some I've had, and it's really just kind of getting jammed. So what I did is took some of this and put it on my finger, and was able to put it on the side of his mouth, and he took it, and I very little, and then I just quit for like 10-15 minutes. I don't want to overdo it. I want him to be able to digest, and like, you don't want him choking or whatever. But he's doing a lot better. I had very little hopes for him this morning. But you can see he's standing up, he's perked up, his neck is almost completely straight, which I give props to that. It's got a bunch of stuff. Oh my gosh, he found it again. We got two of them, I guess. Okay. Anyways, oh my god, we have unlimited supply of Family Dollar bags apparently in here. Anyways, he's still a little cockeyed, he's still a little down, but we're just going to keep working with him all night, and I'm hoping to get him healthy enough to go back into his brooder, because I do have to work tomorrow. But he's about 100%, he's tired, but he's about 100% better. So I'm going to work a little more on him, and then I will probably show you in the morning what he's looking like. Guys, it is a couple days since I last filmed, and I'm sorry, but man, my little boy, the mischief is the name for him, because he's into everything. But yeah, that's him. It's been a few days since I showed you guys just the update on the chicks. My god, my hair has been crazy, the wind's been nuts, but yeah, it's been a couple days since I showed you the chicks. Been a couple days since I showed you guys the chicks, and I showed you that one that literally I had to help out the egg. So it's always like if you want to help them out. Some people are just like, don't help them out if they can't get out. They weren't meant to be. They're not strong enough. You know, nature has its ways. And then other people are like, you know, if you can help a chick and it can survive, then why not? I've done both. I've helped, they've not survived. I've helped, and they've been fine. I've had one before I helped, and it had like splay leg, and basically you kind of put them in a little cup, and they kind of get their stuff about them, because these chicks are like in these eggs. Sometimes the way they're positioned, it kind of creeps them up. I'm going to say that just for lack of a better word, but kind of what happened with what I'm calling him Crooked Neck. He picked, and it did take him longer than most. I watched him, and I was almost not going to help him. And then I came back in. This guy. Oh my god, Mischief. Oh, dude. What am I gonna do with this goat? Anyways, he's another story. But this guy had pipped almost the whole way. There was just a little bit holding him in, but he hadn't come out. And I was just like, what the heck? And I picked him up. And his head was literally like it was just bent wrong. So he couldn't pop. When they pip, and then their head pops out. This guy was like pipped, but his head was still stuck in. And I did wait a long time. And sometimes there was just like, wait. Well, I feel like if I hadn't waited so long, maybe he'd have been better off. But it was, he looked good. Threw him in the brooder. Came back to check on him the next day because I always check on everybody. He was actually out of the heat plate and curled up in just the weirdest position and just looked like he was cold. He wasn't going to make it. You guys saw me. I put him in my incubator where I can keep a nice, good, steady temperature. And he started getting better. So I was like, cool, he's looking good. Threw him back in. Came back from work that day. And same thing. He was in under the heat plate and still just curled up and didn't look great. I was like, well, he only does good in the incubator, but he's already eating drinks, so it was hard to just keep him in the incubator. Well, I put him in there, and I got my syringe, and I gave him the Hydro-Hen, which I love that stuff. Little bit. I got some really watery food, give him that, and he perked up. But every time I'd put him back in with the chicks, he'd just go downhill. So I did leave him in for a long time, just fed him, just babied him. And then yesterday, he was just looking pretty good. Like, he really needs to be with these hens, or these chicks. He's very small compared to the other ones. But I was like, let's just put him in. It's dark in here, so I'm hoping you guys can see him, but I'm going to just grab him out. I get the cat here. This monster, always here. Most of them are getting ready for bed, so they're kind of under here. But we're going to try to find Crooked Neck. I'm just going to pull this up for a minute. Not a big deal. And you almost can't even tell him apart, but I can. But this is Crooked Neck. And if you can see him, he's small. Actually, I don't even think that is not even Crooked Neck. This is actually Crooked Neck. Sorry. This is actually Crooked Neck. He is smaller than them, but he is thriving. He's starting to catch up. He's not even that crooked anymore. And yes, he's much smaller than the other ones, but he is thriving. So they're cold. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back in. So when everybody says, oh, don't help them, hey, y'all. Anyways, everybody says, don't help them. If they can't make it, they can't make it. What I'm going to say to that is, yes, if I wouldn't help him, he probably would have died in the egg. And then when I helped him, he had a 50-50 chance of making it. And I've helped some, and they've not made it, and I've helped some, and they made it. It was a pain. I was feeding him as much as I could with the little syringe, with the water. He was in the incubator. But to save a life, just that you created, you made this. So if you make it, you should do everything you can, in my opinion, to give them their best shot of life. And it does feel pretty rewarding when I see him running around. When I first found him, he was curled up. He looked dead. It was some time and energy on my part. And some people are just like, well, it's not worth it. You're going to sell this chick for $3, $4, $5. It's a life you created, and I didn't actually create it, but I incubated it. It does feel pretty good that he's doing great. And always, I will do everything in my power. It doesn't matter, small, big, large. This man, Mischief, he's eating my cord. Small, big, large, I will do everything I can to help these guys if they're only here because I decided they needed to be here. So Does feel really good. I had a few eggs that never pipped, and I counted them. They just weren't no good. But everybody that actually pipped, hatched, doing great. I'm so happy. And stay tuned because we have some new animals coming on the farm. I'm super excited. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe, and enjoy that journey, good or bad. And when it turns out good, it's good. So hit that subscribe button, and thank you for joining me.